I would like to, introduce the next speaker, which is an absolute privilege, absolute honor, because she's a sister from another mister and an awesome person just to connect with, right? Whether people are a part of your quote unquote downline or not, Nick and Blake emphasize this constantly. We're a part of a community, right? So be sure to connect, get tips. Your upline is here to support you, because the more we succeed as a whole, the better. And Lindsay is amazing. She has one of the most phenomenal personalities, and she's full of energy, and she's gonna, take it from here. So Lindsay, thank you so much, and take it away, sweetheart.
Okay, everybody, I gotta put some music on. Can you hear this? Don't call it a comeback. You gotta wiggle in your chair, you guys. We've been here for 3 hours. Wiggle it around. Mama's gonna knock you out from LL Cool J. We're gonna hammer this home right now. Okay, guys, I had to put some music on. This has been the most, my mind is like, wow, I might need a nap after, and then start calling people, because I'm telling you what, I am fired up for today, everyone, what they talked about. Rod, thank you so much for all the social media, nuggets that you dropped onto us, because I'll tell you what, it is seriously golden nuggets, you guys. And I posted in the group chat, just so you know, that if you're a baby boomer or over the age of 55 and you're like, I don't know if I can really relate to people. Yes, you can, because one, you're older, you have experience, you know what works, what doesn't work. Use that as your advantage. So that was my takeaway from Rod. I love that. Make sure you guys are writing and putting down your takeaways as well. I'm going to talk to you, and I'm actually having a problem with my screen, getting control of my screen. So I might need my helper to forward my slides for me. So sorry. sorry. Okay, so we're gonna do the next slide. I'm talking today about the follow-up. So the fortune is in the follow-up, and people, you've heard this probably 100,000 times. If you're brand new, you're hearing it for the first time, and I will tell you what, you're not gonna stop hearing it, because there is proof in the pudding that the fortune is in the follow-up. And I'm going to share with you some skills today. That's one, it's going to give you and really call you out on your discipline. Because let me tell you right now, your discipline is going to determine whether you make it to the promised land, whether you're earning 6 figures a year versus 6 figures a month versus whatever your goal is in this industry and in life. With sales, it's all about that follow-up. Next slide. So let's start off with a quote. I love this quote. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other, from John F. Kennedy. And it's so true. You can learn, you can be a scholar, and that's all you want to do is you just want to learn. But if you're not applying it and also taking to the next level of actually teaching it, you're really not going to take yourself to the next level. And I feel like the best way to learn something is to teach it. So I love the follow-up, because let's just face it, we all have our moments where we're not great at following up. And I will tell you a personal story briefly, is in when I first got introduced to this industry, my friend, she followed up with me for 10 months. I'm not even joking, 10 months. And I'm so glad she did, because had she not followed up with me, I would have sat around and thought, no, I can't do this. No one would ever buy from me. I don't have a voice. I just don't think I would make it. I'd do well. And I got into it. I'm like, what was I thinking? I'm made for this industry. I love this industry. It's changed my life. So the fortune was in the follow-up. Thank you very much. Okay, next slide. So we're going to talk to you about the system of activity. What that is an IGA, which is your income generating activities. And I'm going to ask you guys if you want to just screenshot things or take a picture of it so that way you're not feverishly writing things down. I want these things to settle into your cranium, because the income generating activities is what is going to really take you to the next level. And you're going to be making a list, and that comes back down to your Run to Rising Star is the list. Who's on your list? And I'll tell you who should be on your list. You should pull up your phone and start with the letter A and work your way down to Z. If they're in your phone, they're fair game. Start mining your list, right? You want to make that list, and then you want to put them into the tip. This is first the tool, which is a video. Then you want to invite them to either come to your house, to do a meetup, to see a longer video, and then you're gonna do a presentation of some sort, okay? And then we follow up. This is gonna be how you fill your funnel. And for those people who don't understand what that is, everyone, think of it like baseball. It's like you're reaching out to somebody, you know, and you're like, well, we're gonna get to first base. And then we're gonna route it out to second, to third, and then they're signing up either as a customer or promoter as coming home, right? Think of it the same way as your funnel. It's what level of attraction and moving them into a decision have you got them to? And a lot of people don't. They just basically take some spaghetti and throw it against the wall and just see what sticks. And that is not going to build your business, you guys. You have to have the intentionality of, I'm going to take this person from the beginning point and I'm going to start them with yes, are you going to do this? And either they're in or they're dead, because I'm going to keep following up until one of the two happens, right? Next slide. So what is a follow-up? Your goal is for the closure for each prospect, moving them through the system so they can say, yeah, this is for me. No, this is not. And here's a great question that you guys could ask them that's not going to be written down, is, do you see the opportunity here for yourself? And that's going to give them to like a yes or a no. Or what did you like best about the video I sent you? Asking them that. Don't ask them, well, did you like it? Because then they're going to be like, no, or they won't respond. You want to ask them something that's going to, in a way that's going to make them want to give you a response back. Now, how do you keep track of this? This is really important when you're moving people through that funnel. Doesn't matter if they say yes or they said no, you need to keep track. And everyone says, oh, I have a mind like an elephant. I can remember everybody I talked to. You're fooling yourself and you're not keeping track. So there's several ways of doing that. In your Run to Rising Star, in your back office, you have a link and it's your team builder. It's a tracker. So you can actually track, if you're those who are like me, I love pen to paper and they want to write that down. And if you don't want to print that out and you want something like in a booklet, go to your local Staples and get an activity log. Okay, so here's my activity log in my pink pen because I'm so pink and so extra. And here are my lists. And then I'm going to put them through saying, okay, I called them with a C. I emailed them. I sent them a text. I did a follow-up. I put a little F and then check and I put notes. And guess what, guys? Because I don't want to have to look at my calendar to remember, okay, I said I would call them back in 2 weeks. I know they're getting married. And so I told her I'd give her a week off. I'm going to put that in my phone. I'm going to go right into my phone, into my calendar, and I'm going to schedule when that is. And it's going to ping. Hey, call Sally today at noon. And I will put details of our conversation in the notes. And I know that sounds like a lot, but when you want to make multiple six figures, a year, you're going to do what it takes. And if it's keeping track of your prospects, well, guess what? Welcome to this business, because that's what we do, right? You have to keep track of what's going on with people. And if you're talking with somebody, ask them questions. What's going on with you? How are you doing? Ask them things like Stacy and their golden nuggets right then and there, asking them questions about themselves. Make sure you're taking notes on that. So that way when you do a follow-up, you're like, hey, so I know you're telling me that you're going, your cousin was graduating, you're out of town. How did that go? And just get them to like free falling, and talk with them. Remember, they're your friends. Be personable, right? Okay, so here's your pro tip. Make sure you're using your pro tracker, something to keep them situated and organized, you guys. Next slide. So what we're going to do is talk about the following up opportunities. Remember, here's that funnel. Here's a couple chances for you to do a follow-up. One, you send a tool and they go MIA. Okay, you send a tool, and so, or two, you invited them to a presentation and you had a no-show. Have you ever had that? Jen always talks about a me show, only you show up. It was a me show, okay? Or you came to a meetup, but they left and you didn't close. These are all opportunities for you to do a follow-up with them. Next slide. And so this is what the follow-up is going to look like based on, things. Hey, I just want to touch base. Make sure you're screenshotting this. I want to get you some information. Before I move on to other people, I wanted to be sure to follow up with you and then see what they say. Oh, hi, I realized you weren't able to make it. I want to make sure I reached out to you so you didn't miss out. How about we get together for coffee? I'll run the information by you. And if they don't live next to you, or if they came to your event and then they were MIA, say, it was great to see you last night. I know we didn't connect after, but I want to make sure you didn't miss out on, the upcoming, things that's going on or the upcoming trip. I hope you don't feel like I'm bugging you, but I just don't want you to think I'm not following up. So then if you're saying that, hey, I don't want you to think I'm bugging. When I do, and everyone's different and all your friends are different. I speak to some friends. I have my homegirls, I have my scholarlies, I have my teachers, I have my, millennials. Like, we all speak differently to our friends based on who they are and what they do. And if they're ghosting me, you guys got to remember, don't take it personal. Maybe they're driving when you're sending them a text, and maybe they look at it and they're like, oh, I need to cut back to her. And then something else happens and they move on with their day. Okay, so make sure, so what I would do is I like to make it funny, because that's just how I roll. And me and Adam Vasilovich talk about this because he does the same thing. We're very similar in so many ways on that. And he's like, hey, are you, did you like enter the witness protection program? Are you trying to avoid me? I just want to talk to you really quick. I value your time. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I need to get some information in front of you. And then people usually write, oh, no, sorry, friend. I just, and if you come at that, because this is a casual, you guys quit making this like you're signing documents to buy a house. Okay. We're not signing, you're not a notary. Okay. You're fun. You're excited. How are you approaching people? Keep it light, keep it casual, be an attraction, have the attraction factor, meaning people want to like hang out with you and be around you, right? And they're not going to want to get in your funnel if you're like, wah, or like used car salesman. Next slide. So if you can't move the prospect to the next step, they're still ghosting you, or they want more information. And here's what Stacy said, which I swear this is like aha moment for me as just a leader, and also what we do in our business is quit worrying about knowing everything. Pick a couple of things that you love about Liv and share that with people. And then ask them, what are they needing in their life? Or if hey, I know you really want to travel, I have something that can really hook you up. Or, hey, I know you really love deals, you should see the deals that people are coming, to, and then expose them that way. But if someone's like, I'm really interested, and you're like, holy crap, they're interested, and then you're scared to death of like what to say next, you're not alone. This is multi-level, which means find someone that you can deem them as like the expert, which is usually your upline, and ask them to do a 3-way call. That's your secret weapon, you guys. What you're gonna do is connect the two people and just be straightforward. Hey, I just got into this. I'm loving it so far. However, I want to introduce you to my business partner. They've been very successful here. And then you kind of give them a brief little background to edify them. And then you say, when can you connect? Okay. And so it's a very simple question, but here's the deal. People that are having really great success are utilizing the 3-way call. The people who are sitting around not wondering why they have success are not utilizing the 3-way call. If that's your golden nugget, if you're going to have any one of my talks, that's it. If you're not utilizing it, then don't question yourself of why you're not improving, because you're not putting yourself through those steps. Next slide. So this is how the 3-way call works. 1, you're going to leverage your upline's credibility by promoting their expertise. Okay. So the great thing is that you're never going to be the prophet in your own hometown. Okay. The people that know you the best, they love you, and they might, and they trust you because they've known you, they know where you live, but they might not really respect you because that one drunken night, or that you did something silly, or you used to go like TPing people's houses when they're with their kids, or, like they trust you, but they're like, no, that's just my home friendy, we go to Target. Like, they're not going to see you as a business person. That's usually how it goes, guys. So what you're going to do is put them on a call with the third party perspective. And what you do is you edify your upline. So if I'm connecting them with Jen, my upline, I would say, hey, I really want you to meet my upline, Jen. She has made, over $1 million in this industry. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's such a vibrant, spirited person. I think you guys would connect really well, but she knows this in and out. I'm kind of newer. She's had the success that I want. Therefore, I want you to be able to pick her brain because she's got this down. So that person doesn't know Jen at all, but because I said those great things about her, then they're like, well, I know you. And even though you're kind of full of crap half the time, I trust you on this because you're pretty adamant that she's pretty awesome.
So I'm going to trust what she says, and I'm going to respect her. It's a crappy situation, but it's the truth. Okay. So this is what you do. What not to do is just, and this is not on my key, this is not on the slide, is do not get them on the phone. So I'm going to get them on the phone with Jen. I'm not going to edify my person to Jen. I'm not going to say, hey, Jen, here's my friend Sally. She is a rock star. She's so amazing. She could just kill it in this business. Like, don't do that at all. Like, just save yourself some time. Just say, hey, edify Jen. Okay, edify Jen and say, hey, I want you to be my friend. She's interested. I've known her for X amount of years. And then she's, has questions about X, Y, and Z. And then you sit back and you shut up and you mute out your phone and you let the person do their thing. And guess what you're going to learn from that? You're going to learn what to say, what not to say, because the best way is you'll become a really high-paid parrot. You're going to learn what questions that we're asking, and then you're going to say, oh, I'm going to write that question down, so I'm going to do that whenever I do my 3-way calls. And you're going to learn what responses that are set, because then you're going to use that for whatever you're using, and you're talking with people. You're like, well, I remember that one time Jen said this. You guys, that's how we do this. We don't learn by osmosis. We learn by doing. And by doing this and by doing the do and getting people on a 3-way call, you're going to build that, flex that muscle and be stronger in speaking to people every single time. Because I'm telling you what, the first time, and I need to go back now to like the first 10 people that I called about Liv and say, hey, now I'm really sorry that I verbally vomited on you about Liv. So now I really want, can we do a take 2? Because in the beginning, you don't know really what to say. You're like, this is awesome, but you really can't put it. I mean, things to think about. Liv is such a visceral feeling. It's a movement. And when you're excited about it, you kind of tend to vomit on everybody about how great it is. So if we can learn to speak less, ask more questions, and then get people on the 3-way call and learn from the experts, I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to build your business faster. You're going to work smarter, not harder. Okay, next slide. So as for the follow-up tips, you guys always assume the best in people. So remember when I said that you're going to call them, you're going to text them. They're busy doing something. They're driving. They're, in the middle of their kids have a game. They're not excited about Liv like you are because they don't know anything about it. They're busy with their lives. Maybe they got in a fight with their spouse. Maybe they're annoyed with their teenage kid. I mean, if you got teenagers, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe they're just, maybe they just woke up grumpy and they haven't been introduced to the whole, personal development and we design our day. I mean, whatever it is. So assume the best. Don't think that, that POS, they're not calling me back and they're just, everyone's out to get me and I'm just not made for this after, a couple people ghost you. Okay. Remember 10 months here, 10 months. I told my friend, no, don't get frustrated, be persistent, but don't get be persistent, but more of I have something I want to share with you that you need to know about. And you taking authority with what you have and wanting to share that with people, that's going to get way more response versus, hey, when you're going to talk, got to talk. And then you seem needy. Okay. And it's like the needy, hey, little boy asking the girls, you want to go to the dance with me? You want to go to dance with me? Say yes, say yes. No. You're going to act cool as a cucumber. Okay. Be as cool as the other side of the pillow and be like, hey, I'm excited about this and you're going to be missing out. Like Rod said, create that FOMO. But I say, I need to talk to you because I'm working through a list of people that I feel like are going to be amazing for this. And I want to get them information before I talk to other people. We need to set a time where we can speak. And having that authority, they're going to be like, okay, well, gosh, I need to look it up. Okay. And then also remember the rule of 3, meaning people need several exposures. I mean, it can go up to anywhere to 12 exposures that people are like, fine, I'll get to go. And I'll buy this. Think of how many times you've seen the crappy ads on Facebook to buy coats. P.S. Don't buy the coats because they never look like the picture, but you see it over and over and over and over again. You're like, oh, okay, I just got to buy it. And then you buy it and you're like, great, that's what I get for paying $30 for a coat, right? But remember rule of 3, people are going to have to see things a number of times before they say, okay, yeah, I'm interested. But it doesn't mean they're going to reach out to you. If they like something on your page, then that gives it open to follow up with them. But telling you what, guys, don't get annoyed that you're going to have to keep talking it over. And remember, how many times did you have to see things about Liv before you said, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it? Give your people some grace because you've given yourself some grace, right? Remember yourself, right? And when you're asking for, is this something you're interested in? You're going to say, hey, do you see an opportunity for yourself here? And if they say no, or maybe not now. Say, well, then I want to reach back out to you. Maybe I'll give you a call back in like 4 weeks because we have something coming up, even though you don't know what's coming up. You say, we have something amazing coming up. I don't want you to miss out on it. Okay. And believe me, just because they say no, it doesn't mean forever. It just means not right now. So don't get butthurt and take it personal because it's not personal. And the worst case is if they're like, you know what, this is not for me. I had someone that was a realtor and they're a good friend of mine. And I know they could kill it. I was like, oh my gosh, you could do so well here. And they're like, yeah, no, I just don't think this is for me. I said, that's fine. I said, I respect that. I go, they're friends of mine. So I talk to people like this. I think you're out of your mind, crazy, but tell me who you know that you could connect me to that would be interested in that would like to travel more, that, have things they want to do and love people and they're like you, but this could be, a perk for them as a side gig. And so I was able to get 3 names from him, from that. And so be okay to ask for the ask, okay? And here's the deal. If you don't follow up, it's the same as having never shown the prospect the overview presentation because they get moving on with their day and then they forget about it and they're like, whatever. They're not enlightened like we are. So you have to follow up or you're not in business. Next slide. And I will tell you guys, if someone says no or they make you feel like you're crazy, or they make you feel like, really, no one gives you permission to feel the way you do but you. If you have the belief, like Blake said, that belief is there. If you set the bar, the belief, the action will get the results. You will not care what anyone says to you about this because you know in your heart what this is, what this is about, the fact this is bigger than all of us, and the fact that it's going to be the biggest platform in the travel industry for this space. And we are pioneering it. So you're going to get a lot of like, wait, what? I don't get it. And that's okay. That's okay. Because when they came out with Amazon and he was selling books, Jeff Bezos was selling books. Everyone was like, you're selling books, dude. Now he sells like whatever he wants, right? People look at you like you're crazy until you start doing something and they're like, okay, wait, maybe they're onto something. Don't take the no's personally, take it professionally and put yourself in their shoes and you'll never be disappointed. So follow up, and be intentional with tracking your stuff, right? And be someone that you want to be around that no one's going to tell you no to, and then you're golden.